we're back with another episode. Noom, 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 noom. Noom, 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 noom. Noom, 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 noom. Little louder now.
From the diaphragm.
Noom, 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 noom.
All right,
God, I'm glad we did our vocal warm-ups today.
All right, you want to do the intro?
Yes. Hello,
Dolly. I didn't know where you were going with that one. I really did. I didn't know where you were going.
Woo! Girls, gays, and theys. How you doing? Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
I did not ever think something that would come out of your mouth.
You don't think I know show
Hello, Dolly?
Yes, I actually have.
Do you like theater?
I do.
I had no idea.
I used to be an actress. In church plays.
Fucking Medea.
No, they were like in the church growing up. We had to do Easter speeches and everything. I am a trained actress, baby.
A thespian she is.
Yes, I'm a thespian, baby.
I love musicals. We should watch one soon.
My cousin, she was in a lot of musicals in high school. She was in like Little Abner and Little Shop of Horrors and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all the littles. And then yeah, I was in a couple plays, not in high school though, but like in church plays and stuff. Yeah,
nice.
Do that faithfully. You know, in a black church, you gotta do everything. If you're a kid, you grew up in the church, they force you to do all of it. So yeah,
I wouldn't know that, but thank you.
Oh, well, that's right, because you didn't go to a black church. That's okay.
I went to Catholic
You ain't missing
church.
nothing. You ain't missing nothing. Trust me, you're not missing nothing. Push this over here real quick. How was your week this past week?
Oh boy, what a week!
What a week it
what
was.
a week!
What a week it was. Sorry.
Do you ever feel like?
You're all over the place right now. Do we need to start this over?
No.
Okay.
I just feel like the devil's testing me every day. And I just also
Thirsty.
I read that something in the planets is happening and they're like, you might be a little more confrontational. And I like with patients, they're trying me and I'm getting like this. Because you know how there's some days when
I've had it.
your patients will say shit to you and you're just like, you know what, you're stuck in a bed. Sucks for you. So I'm not even gonna let that get to me because I get to walk out of here and you're just like, do. You're having a shit day. I'll be nice to you.
Right.
These days, I'm just like, ooh, say one more thing.
Say one more thing, Mr. Johnson.
Say one more thing.
And I'm going to recommend you to an L-Tech. You're out of here.
And like people will say shit in the office and I'm like, what was that?
What you said?
A little louder, please.
Excuse me, say what? Excuse me, say what?
People are just
Trying it.
Why I oughta. Yeah.
Maybe it's that whole CERN thing when they turned on their generator or whatever they turned on, whatever they did. Maybe it's that. Remember CERN? We talked about that a couple weeks ago. They turned on their something to open up portals to hell. I don't know. From the upside down, from Stranger Things. I don't know. They did something.
I sometimes feel like I'm in the upside down.
Ouch,
so the week was fun. I've been staying overtime on accident. I keep picking up these little projects and it's just, I need to stop.
Are you the only person on the project? That's probably the problem.
Well, my PT counterpart leaves me halfway through the week, so it feels like I'm the only one on the project.
Yeah.
No. A project in our world is when you find this patient and you're like, I'm gonna stick with you. You need me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be a little team here until you get to where you need to be, which is cool because then you get to develop this relationship with them and you get to work with them more and you get to see their progress and you feel really cool because you're the one helping make the progress. But shit's exhausting.
It's exhausting. And too, when you're burnt out or like you're getting to the place of burnout, you don't have time to be taking on all them dumbass projects. You just be like,
or if I'm having a day where I just want to like do the bare minimum, get in, get out, I'm like, well, shit, I can't because I got this project I just signed up for. I can't give them the bare minimum.
And then they're like, oh, well, you're part of our family now. Thank you so much. You're just like,
no,
oh,
shit, that's the worst. They're being all nice and offering you food and want to know about your life.
Sorry.
Are you done?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then I'm sitting there. There was barbecue sauce on my titties.
What? Where did that come? Do we need to start over? What the fuck?
I'm so
Where is
tired.
it from?
It's from Orange is the New Black. You never seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Orange is the New Black, but I don't remember barbecue sauce on my titties.
She's like, so there was barbecue sauce on my titties. No?
What season was that from?
Like I only watched the first one. It's got to be from the first one.
Oh, I watched all of them. I don't remember that.
What was her name? She's the black lady. I feel like we talk about this all the time. Yeah. No.
Or Danielle's character.
I swear to God, we brought this up on the last episode.
No, we did not. I don't remember no barbecue sauce on nobody's titties. Why would I know that? That's weird.
Look, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
This is taking a turn. So tasty.
Barbecue sauce on my titties.
No, don't remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember Tasty ever saying that.
And I'm like, what the fuck again?
Oh my, I can't.
Okay, anyway, I don't know
where we are and where Fowler is, but I'm not at the upside down. I'm at the
Hallelujah.
right side up. All right. What were you saying?
Anyway, I don't know. The week was the week, and I'm here, and I would appreciate if you see me in these streets at work. You just keep pushing, keep moving, leave me alone.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you. I'm going through something. They're adjusting my meds, and I'm still having very vivid dreams. I think it is because we're playing with my meds right now.
But are you still having dreams about quitting your job?
I'm having dreams a lot about quitting my job.
I'm telling you, it's Jesus trying to talk to you because you won't be calm and quiet in the daytime. So he has to speak to you in the nighttime through your dreams. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. He's trying to let you know it's time to quit.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to quit mine too. Let's do it.
But I don't want to get another one.
I know, I don't either.
Every day I'm sitting there and I'm like, if I quit this job, I'll just find one that actually wants me to do the things I need to do.
Very true. At least you can hide.
Exactly. I can run away and hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just like, you know who to mess with and who not to mess with. You know who to avoid. You know the things you need to know.
Very true. Versus starting all over.
What do they say? It's better the evil you know than the one you don't.
Very true. I agree.
So the Lord can keep speaking to me. I am listening. But.
Well, we're manifesting new jobs for both of us.
Amen, sister.
Listen, here's the thing. Issa Rae, Flavor Unit, Heartbeat Productions.
Flavor Town.
Kev on Stage. Y'all, we're out here, okay? We're ready to join the team. Somebody give us a show. Showtime, HBO, BET,
I'd take a Lifetime. BET Plus would be fun.
VH1, Stars, Peacock, Tubi. We're ready.
YouTube,
we're ready. Like we could give y'all content every single day.
Man,
just hire us.
The party don't stop over here.
Like please don't stop the music.
Where's her baby? I just want to know what it's named. Also, why do we not have Kylie's baby name? I know that's not a big deal, but why is she hiding it? Why does it need to be hidden?
So that's where we're going. You haven't even asked me about my week. We're just automatically
sorry.
just going. This is a really wacky episode because of this one. I don't know what she's on today.
This is the first episode you're listening to. Go back and watch something else.
Seriously,
this is not going to
watch last week's because that one was really good. But
yeah, what's going on? How's your week?
Here's the thing. You want to know about my week? Okay, I was getting ready to go into the Rihanna and Kylie thing. My week was actually.
Oh wait, do you want to talk about the? Okay.
No. Well, not right now. But yeah, my week was actually pretty cool. It was laid back, chill. My neighbor is still moving. The for sale sign is still there, which sucks.
Sorry,
but
very sorry.
I too have been on the journey searching this path for
she's acting like she's in a musical currently.
I wanted to match your energy, so I was like, let me put the theatrics on there. But yeah, so I have not been having dreams of quitting. I have been having very heavy thoughts of it. This week, my job put out a all employee engagement survey. Like, why do companies do these surveys? Like, I don't know.
It's not good. It's like Yelp reviews, and you're like, wow, who's the only really happy or really angry people leave their reviews.
And we're gonna put actual comments, and I'm like, I don't think you're ever gonna look at these, and then they say, oh, don't worry, it's anonymous, and then they're like, hey, can HR contact you about your responses?
No,
I thought it was anonymous. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, sure, you can talk to me. I'm cool with that. I said what I said.
One time had a supervisor say to me, I think I know what you said. I read the comments. It sounded like you. And I was like, mm-hmm.
Some employees you just know because they've already voiced it to you multiple times and you've done nothing about it. So me putting it on a corporate level, you're still not going to do anything about it. So, But other than that, the week was good. I got my booty rubbed on, y'all. Let me just say this. In life as an adult, if you don't indulge in anything, you need to indulge in getting massages on a regular basis. Amen. Okay? Getting a massage is so great for your mental health and it's great for your body. When you find a massage therapist who knows your body and rubs your glutes real good, it's a blessing from God. So, my massage therapist, he's 6'3", 6'4", tall, stocky black man, big hands. It's an amazing time. There's just no happy ending. I wish sometimes. I'm kidding. Not really. But, it's amazing.
I'm in the market for a new masseuse. Mine up and left.
Okay, now masseuse is a happy ending.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What the fuck do you call them?
They're massage therapists.
Massagers?
Don't ever call a massage therapist a masseuse. That's disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah.
Like when you call a dietitian a
Nutritionist? Yeah, don't do that. They'll kill you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I keep looking at this.
I was like, what? I totally forgot I had those.
Well, I'm in the market for a new massage therapist.
You can't have mine.
Well, what the hell? That's not nice. Friends share.
Not him.
I shared my hair lady when she was here.
Yeah, and then she moved to Dallas. Monet. Money. What's her name again? Caprice. Yeah, because that's her name on Instagram. Caprice. How dare you, Caprice? You left. She only did my hair once.
So I think it's only fair if you share your massage therapist with
No, I can't share him.
Oh, okay.
I can recommend you to another one that's there, but not him.
What the hell? I'm just going to start going.
He's mine. You made it once, but I got him all the time. Let's get to this fucking episode. I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm having so much fun. I have been off my meds for a little bit. I think that's what it is. That's what we're going to blame it on.
Blame it on the meds. All right.
Blame it on the loose.
You want to get into
feeling loose. Blame it on the chong. When's the last time you heard that song?
Blame it on the alcohol.
That's
Blame
like
it on
piercing someone's ears right now.
Just turn it down a little bit.
Blame it on the vodka. All
right, are we ready to get into it? To the episode today?
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say I'm wearing my FAMU shirt. If y'all can't see, let me just close this down real quick. I'm representing FAMU today.
You know
that we don't do that. That's Howard. You keep doing that. Howard is home of the Ruby Huxtables. Remember from the episode? This is FAMU.
Damn, okay, man. The Rattlers.
The Rattlers. The March of 100. Absolutely. I'm representing this because school is getting ready to start back.
What is the Marching 100?
The marching band.
You always say, "Oh, are there 100 people in the marching band?"
No, it started off with 100, like way back in the day. The origin of the school, the band has probably over 500 people in it.
What the?
Yeah,
heck?
It's huge. It's huge.
Is that normal?
For HBCU bands, I think I think us and maybe Bethune-Cookman University probably have, two of the largest bands, but most of the bands don't have less than 300 people.
So you can get that sound, you need 500 people, and they all march at the same time.
Yeah,
dude, that's wacky.
You've never seen a black band, like an HBCU band perform,
like Drumline.
That's not real. I mean,
enough.
There were real schools and real people who were alumni who actually did march in there. But yeah,
I've never been to
like
an HBC. You're supposed to take me.
Yeah, we're supposed to go to FAMU's homecoming, so hopefully we can make it to FAMU's homecoming this year. It's going to be hilarious. You definitely got to get your meds worked out because I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of black people and you're not going to be ready for it. Like, it's going to be traumatizing to you. In a good way, though.
Great. I love trauma.
In a good way. It's going to be a very good experience. But anyway, I was bringing that up because Howard University, which is an amazing HBCU, unless they're, competing against FAMU, then they're pieces of shit. Anywho, but I know we love Howard.
Clearing that up.
We absolutely love Howard University. So they actually partnered with Michael Jordan. They just signed a 20-year deal with the Jordan brand for Jordan to supply, a lot of their gear and stuff like that for the school, which is huge. Because FAMU actually had one, I want to say it was the tail end of last year with LeBron James and Nike, and he was wearing a lot of FAMU paraphernalia. LeBron James was.
He didn't go to college.
No, he didn't. He got drafted straight out of high school, but yeah, so I think that's amazing that HBCUs are getting the recognition that they deserve and should have gotten these brand deals. So congratulations to Howard University on securing that brand deal for their school. But ouch, sorry, that was amazing. But anyway, also too, I wanted to talk about speaking of FAMU and speaking of just colleges in general, school is starting back, right? And so a lot of people, these stores, I went to Target yesterday. Ooh. Target was insane, especially the one on La Cantera. And they are doing construction to part of it. And when I tell you there were so many people in there getting the little 3-tier little plastic drawer thing,
plastic drawer thing.
Fans, comforters. I mean, just areas were just wiped out. But you could tell it was because, this back to school. So there's been this trend that's been going around on social media where college students are showing how they're revamping their dorm rooms to make them look absolutely amazing.
Insanity. It's like, what was Trading? Do you remember that show, Trading Spaces? That's Living Spaces. Oh, but yes, you're on the yeah. I know where you're going with it. I want you to know that you're wrong, but I'm here for it. It's fine. Trading Spaces is the show I was referring to.
You had to call me out like that in front of everybody.
As soon as you did it, I was like,
I was in my little groove.
Nope.
Fowlers said, hell no. Okay.
And I don't know if you ever watched this because you were probably in college at this point, but there was on Saturdays, if you only had basic cable, 5 channels, they would play the cool shows Saturday mornings. And so
one Saturday morning.
Yes. And they would do Trading Spaces Boys versus Girls, the kid edition, on Saturday mornings.
Oh, no, I never saw that.
Okay, so that was they did the kids' room, so it was so much fun. Anyway, what were you saying about tour rooms?
Yo, this is not the episode I produced, okay? This is not the episode that I usually produce. I don't know what's going on with Fowlers.
What is wrong with my
So
brain?
anyway, but the trend is that these kids are, and I'll put like a little picture right here. These kids or these young adults are decorating their rooms like they're freaking HGTV.
Truly.
So of course I asked Fowler, I'm like, hey, how did your dorm room look when you went to college? And she showed me, I'll put the picture right here. Now this right here is not the dorm room that I had.
Mind you, I went to PWI, and this was one of the more expensive dorms on campus. It was newer.
Oh, all y'all dorms didn't cost the same?
Hell no. No.
We didn't have a different cost of a dorm.
Oh, really?
No.
I was paying more in dorm fees than I was in tuition. I was paying so much to live in that stupid dorm, yeah.
How much did you pay per semester?
Like $11,000. I swear to God.
Are you serious?
That school nickel and dime
Now, what
us
school
for
did you go to
everything.
again?
University of Texas, baby. Hook 'em horns.
That's the orange and the white.
That's the burnt orange and the white.
Okay, that's where Sonya Richards Ross went and her husband. Okay.
And where Tristan Thompson went.
Oh God, we don't care about him, but okay. Sonya Richards, Sonya Richards Ross. Yeah.
Vince Young, all the
You know
good
how
people.
much my dorm cost
How much?
per semester? $1,300
Holy shit!
for the semester. It only cost $1,300
Oh my God.
per semester.
Was that with
was
the
it.
meal plan?
Yeah.
Do you know that on top of that, I had to pay,
probably still have my receipt somewhere.
$700 a semester, I think, for parking.
Oh, I didn't have a car my freshman year.
I think I paid either $750 for the year.
They
or
let you have a car as a
$750 for
freshman?
Yeah.
Man. Freshmen couldn't have cars unless you
really?
had like some type of extenuating circumstance. Like my friend, she had a car because she had a medical condition, so she was able to get a car, and we would just drive back and forth to the cab, which was like a 2-minute drive, which is awesome.
That school, the University of Texas, if you're listening to me, I have a bone to pick with you. You're so damn expensive for no reason.
No reason.
No reason.
That's $11,000
Yes,
for a semester. But did you have? Oh, let me ask you this question: did you have a bathroom in your dorm
I
room?
did have a bathroom, which was nice, but that was because I was in one of the newer dorms. The older ones had shared community bathroom.
Yeah, we had community bathrooms. So I'm gonna put a picture here. This is what my dorm room looked like.
Y'all, her shit's on cinder blocks.
No, let me just say this. So Fowler asked me earlier. She's like, I'm like, oh, let me get a picture of your dorm room, right? So she sends it to me, right, via AirDrop. So she's like, oh, well, let me see your dorm room. And I'm like, oh, I got to go upstairs and get my photo album.
I haven't seen a photo album in years. And every time I look in a photo album, the pictures are from 1990 and down. Like, what the hell?
Yo, I legit had to pull out this photo album that contained a picture of my dorm room. Right?
Y'all always come for me in the comments when I use this word, but I don't know other way to describe this. This shit is ghetto.
No, it's not. It's magical. But yeah, this
The
is the
ghetto
picture.
can be magical. They don't have to be
I'm gonna put a better
exclusive.
picture so y'all can actually see it because you can't see it here. But yeah, these are cylinder blocks. Okay,
It looks like a jail cell.
it does because the walls were white concrete.
The wall, it looks like prison.
Yeah. And then I had this old. Here's the thing: my parents, God bless my parents, but I used this old ass microwave that my sister used. That was a hand me down because she was
Looks
in
like
an
a
apartment.
flux capacitor.
And this little small little what was it? The refrigerator had a little desk, and it was just y'all.
The way she's describing it makes it sound normal. The pictures make it look like
Jail.
She was running from jail. It took what she could.
It looks like a halfway house.
It looks like a crack house.
Yeah.
It's the cinder
Yeah.
blocks for me that really sends me.
Yeah, and I never fell off that bed. Like the cinder blocks never fell.
Y'all, she's like 6 feet up in the air on cinder blocks.
Yeah, but that's how you had to have more room for your stuff and like for storage and stuff because like our little closets were not that deep at all. It was just enough to like put your clothes in there and that was it.
Wow.
And then I moved to like off campus housing.
I want you to know, like, I was like on the web, like searching Pottery Barn Teen for my sheets and my quilts.
Oh, you were doing big things.
And I fucking went to Home Goods and got my fluffy white rug.
I don't even know if Home Goods was even a thing. We probably still had Bird-Eyes or Macy's or something. Remember Bird-Eyes?
No.
Bird-Eyes used to be,
Einstein's.
Bird-Eyes. It was called Bird-Eye Macy's or something like that. Bird-Eyes. Anyway, Bird-Eyes was basically Macy's and they
Never
dropped
heard
the
of it.
Bird-Eyes. But anyway.
Like Foley's?
No, it was a clothing store. It was Macy's. Huh. It was just called Bird Eyes.
No, I have no idea what you're talking
about. Okay, never mind. But anyway, yeah. So we got our sheets I got my sheets from Walmart. That was where you got it.
Well, okay.
But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to show another picture of the kids now.
Because what they're doing now is insane.
I can't believe, like, first of all, who had the creativity like that? And this was in 2002 when I went out to college. I was my freshman year of college.
They're showing these moms going in there, and it's like interior decorator
They
moms.
really are.
And they're redesigning the entire space. But also, it's like, oh, these two girls are dorming together, and they were friends in high school, and they're, like, creating a space. Yeah. I didn't know my roommate like that. I was, what do they call it? Potluck? When you just, like, get a random roommate. Isn't that what it's called?
Potluck? No.
Isn't that what it's called? You get a
jackpot. I don't know.
Jackpot? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. Potluck doesn't either. That's food.
Okay, I'm going to look that up. Did you know your roommate?
Straws. No, I did not know my roommate. I was supposed to, because when I first went out to college, me and two of my friends, we were supposed to room together. I was the only one that applied to FAMU, and the rest of these bitches did not. I was like, how are we going to room together? Like, if you didn't apply. And then, but all of my roommates, like the first roommate that I had in summer school, horrible. This girl from Miami, absolutely horrible. Then the second roommate that I had, we're actually still like, we're Facebook friends. Hi, Ajane. Anyway, she was in the band. She was rarely ever there. She was cool. And then she ended up moving out at some point, like, I think the second semester of school, she ended up moving out. And then I had the room to myself. But then my third and final roommate from, we lived in off-campus housing that was owned by the school. Hey, J. Tanya. She was the best. She was the best roommate ever.
Really?
Like, besides my best friend, but she was an amazing roommate. Like, we had so much fun. It was like a house with 8 girls.
Oh my God.
I know, it was ridiculous. But we all got along pretty well. So we all still keep in contact.
Potluck is used in reference to a situation in which one must take a chance that whatever is available will prove to be good or acceptable.
So it doesn't involve food. So why do we call work potlucks?
Well, I think you can have like a potluck dish, but potluck, like my roommate was potluck. You just fucking luck of the draw.
Somebody passed.
And she was great. Sarah, if you're listening, hey girl, how are you?
Hey Sarah.
She was a writer, that one. And she was a math major. And you know who couldn't do math? This girl. So it worked out swimmingly.
Yeah, my roommates, none of us had the same major. One of them, Jatanya, was pharmacy. I don't know what Ajane was. I think maybe she was education. Another one was respiratory therapy.
That was a major?
Business. Respiratory therapy is a major, yeah.
That's wild.
Oh, well, the degree is in cardiopulmonary science.
Weird.
Yeah. So, but then you go and get your respiratory therapist. Yeah, we had a RT program at our HBCU.
That's cool.
Yeah. They made a lot. I mean, they make good money. But anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm still friends with, or still cool with, and communicate with some of my old roommates. And, I mean, we're like Facebook friends, you know.
Yeah.
Just check up on each other.
Yeah. Old people love Facebook.
Exactly. But yeah, it was very interesting. You know what also is very interesting, especially when you have roommates and things like sync up together, segue. There was this one particular athlete that was talking about menstrual cycles, right? Not to be graphic for our male listeners.
I have one, yeah.
Yeah, we all have
heard about it.
Well, most of
everyone's got one.
Hopefully.
Moon cycles.
So this one particular athlete, she's from Great Britain. Her name is Dina Asher Smith. She actually had experienced cramps in her legs after she finished the 100-meter dash. And she's basically called for more research into the impact of menstrual cycles on sporting performances, especially for, female athletes. And I think there's a lot of research that's already out there. If y'all hear a ruffling sound, my neighbor has this fucking truck and it's annoying the shit out of me. Hopefully you can't pick it up on the thing, on the mic. But so they were talking about how, I know we talked about on the podcast a couple of episodes ago about the 5 things that we would and would not do as PTs and OTs. And I spoke about, if you are a female, if you're a woman, then, or I'll say this to be more inclusive. If you have a uterus that has a menstrual cycle, then try your best not to work out, do sports and stuff like really contact sports during your cycle, because there is research that shows that during that time your ligaments are more lax, so you're more prone and susceptible to injury. And so I guess she's calling for that to be more research, especially on a professional level. So
I haven't had a period in years, like a real one, but reaching back into the crevices of my mind, I don't even want to get out of bed when that shit's happening.
Let alone play a sport. Yeah. No, you're like hemorrhaging. Seriously. You're cramping up. You're nauseous. If you're lucky like I was, you're shitting your brains out. It's just just not a time to be playing sports. No. And you can't compete at your best, and that sucks.
So I think she's right.
Well, remember, even there was this one time, I know there was some talks about people saying that women who have a menstrual cycle should be able to get disability throughout the month.
Amen.
And there should be like paid time away from work when your cycle comes on, because some people are literally debilitated and cannot get out of bed and function with a menstrual cycle.
I just remember being in class, like in high school, and like contraction breathing in the middle of, just to like try to keep my shit together because your cramps are so bad.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And you never get used to them. Like, I remember this one guy, fucking bastard from hell. He was just like, y'all get a menstrual cycle every 28 days. Shouldn't y'all be used to the pain by now? And I was like,
no.
Whoever said that, your mom's a hoe. I was like, what is wrong with you?
The word, like hot and cold at the same time, clenching the table.
Listen, when you get that sharp pain up your ass, you be
clenching your ass cheeks together. Jesus. You don't know what to, like, I want to bear down and fucking be 8 feet up at the same time.
It legit feels like somebody's trying to kill you.
Oh, you just feel like shit. Your hormones have plummeted. Man, that sucks.
I wonder what the rules and regulations are on the professional stage for, you know, especially for track and field and stuff like that. And kind of, because I think they have some of the most harsh rules and regulations that they have to follow. So I wonder what their rules are. Shit. Yeah, they probably don't.
I bet all of them are on birth control. They have to be, because you can't.
Or Debo,
Yeah, you can't perform at the level you need to when you're on your period. It's a handicap.
Even training though, like that's, I mean, because they train for years. But even
think like of the weight you put on when you're on your period, like the water weight you're holding. Oh man.
Yeah, it's insane.
My hips used to hurt. My body was ready for a baby.
Yeah, well, that's what it was preparing for, and it was like, no baby here.
Hell
okay,
no,
goodbye.
Girl.
Every month, Jesus, Lord.
Man,
it's hard out here.
Thank you, Lord, for that IUD. Jesus,
I cannot with you.
We'll never go back.
Off that note, I'll tell you what else is never going back. Apple. Here's the thing. So Apple released this update this past week for those Apple users that are not aware. You all need to be updating your devices to 15.6.1. Well, apparently there's this really big security breach where hackers can get into your information and basically take over your thing, and then Apple will not be able to help you at all. So they're urging and recommending that everybody with iPhone, Apple Watch, iMac, MacBook, iPads, and all that kind of stuff update to kind of fix this bug that's going on.
Or are they just saying that because there's something they want you to update your phone to, and this is the only way to get everyone on board, and then that's how they're going to access all your information?
Well, they already have it. You gave them your face.
I did do that.
That's very true, yeah.
And my fingerprint.
Did you hear about this crypto company? And that just made me think. This one crypto company allegedly was scanning the eyeballs of like 150,000 customers out there who purchased crypto from them. I don't know why I guess there's like more AI shit. I don't really know. But yeah.
Maybe like unlock your crypto. Let me tell you something about me. If there is any way to make my life a little more convenient for myself, I will do it. You can have whatever you want.
They already have it.
They already have it. That clear shit at the airport where you can skip the security line. Mm-hmm. I put my little peepers up to that thing every time. Read my retinas.
Your peaky blinders.
Take my fingerprints. If it'll make me cut this TSA line, I'm gonna do it. You can take whatever you want.
Oh God, yeah, they
my
already
spit,
have it.
A lock of the hair. If it'll cut even 20 minutes off of a trip, I'm gonna do it.
Right. In 5 years, when there's a clone of Fowlers sitting here, y'all know where the real one went. The real one sold her soul.
Can you imagine if, like, I feel like this is a Black Mirror episode, but if like there was a me here, but it like powered down and I was at home just like talking into a mic, but it looked like me and it moved like me.
Yeah. I'd send that shit to work every day.
I would do
absolutely
it too.
would. I'd be sitting at home chilling.
It's like that show Upload. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like that.
The 100 kind of did something like that, so to speak, where they put the person into the little chip and they just needed a host body and all that bullshit. But yeah, I do.
I'm down. But anyway, yeah, I don't like. I
of the beast.
Fucking hate updating my phone. They always do some shit that I don't like. They move some things around. Just leave it how it is.
I just don't like how they change the emojis. I'm like, just add emojis on there. Don't take away certain things. Like they took away the gun, and now it's like
a water gun.
Oh my, come on!
I need a Glock because I'm trying to make a point. When you use a water gun and you're trying to make a serious point, it's like, wah, wah, wah. Like, no.
And stop changing fucking to ducking, please.
No one's ever trying to say ducking. Not in the history of T9 have we ever tried to say ducking.
Like, please stop. I know what I'm trying to say.
And I'm never trying to say butch.
Yes, ever.
Ever.
I'm a vegetarian anyway, so I don't need a butcher.
I'm like, butch. No, I'm never trying to say that. Stop that.
Did you hear? I know what else needs to stop. All these damn contaminations of all this food around here. It's
please
insane.
tell me Bluebell's okay.
Yeah, Bluebell's okay. So
Thank
allegedly,
God.
Capri Sun. Do you still drink Capri Sun?
Hell yeah! Shout out to Brow Gems, my girl Michelle, who does my brows.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I don't know why I've never put that together. She needs to really market herself. Don't look at my brows now. I need to get them laminated.
I was gonna say, do you have to schedule your appointment today?
Fuck no, dude. Were y'all here? Y'all, the week that I deleted the episode on accident was the week her schedule went live while we were recording, and I forgot with all that going on to schedule it. So I'm gonna have fucking free to browse, yeah, for whoever.
Ow.
But she has all these snacks in her office.
Ow. Yeah.
And she fucking has Capri Sun. I grab one every single time. Pacific Cooler.
Well, I like Pacific Cooler. That was a good one. I haven't had a Capri Sun in probably 10 years.
Fruit Punch and Pacific Cooler. Those were the best Capri Sun pouches.
I haven't had a Capri Sun in a very long time.
However,
maybe not. So actually, Capri Suns are owned by Kraft and Heinz, and they actually recalled over 5,000 Capri Sun cases for possible cleaning solution contamination. I don't know how.
Like someone just dropped it in a vat of Capri Sun?
Like, how the hell do you get cleaning
tastes like
solution
Fabuloso or something
into Capri Suns? Like, why is that even near the Capri Sun batch? I don't get that.
Someone was like, whoop.
I mean, the FDA ain't regulating shit.
But also, that's a shit ton of Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because each box holds like, what, 10 or 12, something like that?
Something like that.
I do remember that.
You did. I also really love Juicy Juice. Did you like Juicy Juice?
I like Juicy Juice, but Juicy Juice was like, it tastes like medicine at times.
What?
Yeah, it tastes like medicine at times too.
Okay. No, I didn't hear that about Capri Sun. I will still be drinking it when it's offered to me. There's nothing like a good Capri Sun. Cold.
I was gonna say.
Cold ass Capri Sun.
Except for when you can't get your straw in a little hole.
Dude, that is a tricky one.
Yeah, it's
also,
very annoying.
Who created that? Why would we just not put it through the top?
That's the same.
Why would you go at an angle through the front of the pouch?
Yeah, and then sometimes your straw breaks. And
then it goes, or it'll go straight through to the other side and you look like a fool.
Very true.
I would love, maybe someone didn't clean out the thing right.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, what would you tell me about, especially piggybacking off looking like a fool, Biggie Small's daughter? What happened with that?
Yo, I will never ever talk bad about Christopher Wallace. I love that man.
Yeah, I love Biggie.
Gemini.
Greatest rapper.
Cancer Venus, much like myself.
I cannot.
Big, black, round, and lovable, much like myself. But his daughter.
Yeah.
She's in the news this week.
Tiana, right?
Tiana. Let me tell you what she did. I'd hate to lie on her. I can tell. I don't even have to look at it. Her boyfriend. What is his name? Sorry, I will look that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I'm looking up his name, basically, her boyfriend was pulled over by police.
Allegedly.
No, he was pulled over.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I just always said that. I need to, for the text about it. I need a button.
That says it. The cops had him pulled over, allegedly, in the video that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyshawn, her name is Tiana and his name is Tyshawn. Tyshawn? What do you think?
Tashawn.
Huh, interesting.
It's never Tyshawn.
How do you know?
Tashawn. Because all the letters have to roll together.
I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah.
Tashawn Baldwin. He was stopped by police in a busy intersection because they said his exhaust was too loud, his tint was too dark, the usual, right? They go to run his license. They find out it's suspended. So he shouldn't have been driving at all. And instead of getting out of the car and being arrested and going through that process, he decides to take off into this busy intersection. He hits 3 people. He hits a mom walking walking her 2-year-old child in a stroller and one other person.
Are you serious?
And in the video, you just see him ram through. It's as bad as that video with the lady. Remember
with the nurse?
With the nurse from LA. It's so bad. So
that's horrible.
Tiana Smalls. That's not her last name. It's Wallace.
Christopher Wallace? Should be
Biggie
Tiana
Smalls'
Wallace.
daughter
decided
to put up her $1.5 million New York apartment to pay his $1 million bond.
Are you serious?
And she must love this man.
Girl.
But I'm like, that is insane.
What in the toxic... She need a whooping. What the hell?
I know. I feel like we just talked about this. If he's asking you to get a loan... if he's asking you to
$1 million,
$1 million,
and you said it was a hit and run,
which
means he probably gonna run, and now you're gonna be homeless.
Because not only did you now evade arrest, but you hit these people and
that's
ran.
Vehicular assault and attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a black man, right? I'm assuming.
So his name is Tashawn.
Yeah.
I'd hate to.
They're gonna charge you with everything in the book.
I'm like, sir, come on. But also, his bail's at $1 million because they don't want him going anywhere, girl. Because he's probably very guilty, and you bailed him out.
That's like the same lady who she won the lottery for like $90 million, and her boyfriend allegedly kept going into jail. He kept going into prison and kept getting arrested. She has spent over like $21 million bonding this man out. And I'm like,
that's an immediate no
from me. Let his ass stay the fuck in there. He ain't learned his lesson yet.
Do you remember that lady who like almost went bankrupt bailing out R. Kelly?
No.
She put up, God, let me take a short break.
Well, now he's allegedly having a child with somebody who.
What?
He's been in prison for like 2 years. This is not true. Allegedly. It's really weird. This girl talking about his fiance talking about, oh yeah, we're having a baby. I'm like, girl, don't do that. Don't you make yourself sound real crazy.
Valencia Love. She was a restaurateur. She bailed him out back then for $100,000. But I think like she had to move a bunch of money around and did a bunch of sketchy shit.
If I have to bail you out as a celebrity, that's a problem.
Oh, but now then she wanted her money back.
That's not how that works, ma'am. That's not how that works. Listen, I have not had to bail anybody out of prison, thankfully.
I don't know how that works.
And I probably won't. I mean, I know how it works because I've helped a couple people. I remember I used to work at a prison.
That's right. But, you call the bail bondsman, right?
Yeah.
Is that all you have to do? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice.
You have to go there and then you got to pay them. So you can't just call them. You got to go there. You got to run them bail bonds for their money. And then they'll just be, what's the situation? They let you know, all right, if we go and bail this man out, just understand whatever you put up for collateral, we coming to get it if he don't show up.
That is horrifying.
Yeah. People, grandmas be putting up their houses and.
Would you bail me out?
Hell no.
God damn it.
You need to learn your lesson. Well, it depends on what you did. Depends on what you did.
Okay.
Give me a scenario of what you did.
Okay.
I should have asked that question.
Listen.
Let it be something simple.
I'm married.
Okay.
I'm seemingly happy.
Right.
But all of a sudden, my husband goes missing. I seem very sad.
Yeah.
Then it comes out. His body was buried 6 miles from the house. We had a fight right before it happened. I knew some things I didn't tell the cops. It's not looking good for me, but I promise I didn't do it.
How much is your bail?
$1 million.
Shit. Peace, bitch. You stand your ass in there. I ain't got it, G. I ain't got it.
Okay, $250,000.
Okay, I'll do that.
You'll do it because you only need 10%, right?
Yeah.
And as we all know, 25% or 10% of $250,000.
I'm a physical therapist. I don't do that.
I don't know. So I didn't realize you could just be like, take my house.
Yeah, but bitch, you're gonna be homeless if they don't show up to court.
Well, that's kind of nice though, that you could just be like, surely you can have my house. Oh, and so then they just have to show up to court.
Yes, because if they don't show up, they come and take your house.
Okay.
You're temporarily signing over your house.
So then how do these people make money? How do bail bonds people make money?
Because you still have to pay them.
Like an interest or something?
Yeah, you have to pay some money up front, like automatically, like a down payment.
Okay.
And then they come, like if you don't make good on it, then you have to, get whatever stuff. And the
bail bonds people give this money to the jail.
Yes.
And they're like, you're going to let this guy go and you're going to hold this money from me.
Yes, you're going to be responsible for them.
We're going to get the money back if he shows up to jail.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. This makes a lot more sense.
Bail bondsmen are basically like a bank.
Interesting.
For prisons. Like they just come in and give you it, like they go ahead and bail them out and they use their money to bail them out, but then you have to give them a collateral. Like layaway. Basically. For your life. Yes.
Interesting. I'm very blessed to not know how this works. But
the system may have changed. This was a very long time ago. I helped a couple people. Like I didn't help them. I went with them to do this particular thing for people that they knew and loved. And I just sat in the car and was like, oh, okay, I heard the whole process. But then I used to work at a prison, but the prison that I worked at didn't have anything to do with like the actual bail bondsman because they were already sentenced or whatever, or, booked and all that.
Going to jail sounds like not a good time.
It's not. I mean, it was cool working there. They paid good money, but no. Mm-mm.
I just remember being in high school. My best friend's stepdad would always tell, like, we'd go out and party and stuff. And he's like, I'm telling you right now, if you ever get arrested, don't say anything.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to cry. Don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay.
Because you're going to look like you're guilty.
Yeah. And he was just like, don't fucking cry.
Don't sign anything. Don't write. As soon as you get
don't
your ass in there.
And don't cry.
Ask for a lawyer. Just as soon as you get in there. Don't ask for no water. Just drink your spit and call it a day. My godmother, who's a retired judge, she used to, when I went out to college, she basically told me, she was like, if you get in trouble with the law while you're at school, do not call your parents. Do not call anybody else but me. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Thankfully, in my undergrad years, I never had to call her. In grad school, never had to call her. So I was grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because I knew she would come up there with my ass. So it would be way worse than telling my parents.
I talked to our mutual friend whose fiance works for the police department the other day, Officer Goodbody.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I was like, we're good friends now. If some shit pops up, can I call you? And she's like, you just don't want to call Officer Goodbody? I was like, no, we're not that close.
Nah.
I want to call you. You can relay the information.
Be like, who is this? I don't know that. I don't know her.
I'm all, do you know Officer Goodbody?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. It depends on what you did if I would bail you out. But I'll tell you this. I would try to, I'll exhaust my savings or something before I put up my house. I'm not putting up my house for nobody. That's a
scary feeling.
Hell, I'm not putting... What? I'm not putting up my house for you? No. You're going to stand there. You're going to learn your lesson. Grandma, come bail me out. Nah, son, you got to learn. Don't do that no more.
Yeah.
No. It depends on what you do.
I'd put up my house for you. First
of all, I would tell you, let me be your last resort. Where's your mom? I'll be like, where's Miss Eileen? Is she not able to do it? Let's go through a couple aunts and uncles first.
There you go. That's probably
smart. I were your last resort, then yes, I'd be like, okay.
It's always good to have a bit like a bailout.
You need to have a category of people you can call.
Yes.
And memorize people's actual phone numbers.
Oh, that's where you lost me. The only number I know is my mom's.
Well, the good thing is she answers.
That's true. Well, no, she doesn't answer unknown numbers.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you're screwed. I don't either. So
we grew up poor.
I mean, we just didn't have to. Well, no, never mind.
It means you don't answer the unknown numbers.
That's very true.
And if they need something, they'll leave a voicemail.
Well, what were you telling me? Speaking of unknown numbers and tactics and all that, what were you telling me about this new sex trafficking tactic that people are using?
If you have been a longtime listener of the Face Off podcast, you remember a time where yours truly went to Chicago, saw some sketchy shit in her hotel room, thought she was being sex trafficked, overreacted.
I feel like you have a lot of those moments where you feel like you're being
but that's because I hear this crazy shit and I'm like, like the zip ties on the doors or the paper on the windshield, and I'm like, people do wild shit to get you off your guard, and that's when they attack. And I just think that I do a lot of dumb white safety shit.
Yes, you do.
But then I also clock some things that are just like,
okay.
Well, so this girl in Houston on her birthday, which like the worst time for anything bad to happen to you.
Very true.
She's with her boyfriend, significant other, partner. Not important to the story.
Yeah.
But it kind of is, because you feel like these things only happen to women when they're alone.
No.
But it happened when she was with a man. Anyway, pulls up to her car, sees this napkin shoved into her door handle, and is like, that's suspicious. That's weird. So she just uses she's got the BBL nails, the little click clackers, pinches it together, throws the napkin, right? Is like, that's fucking weird. Touches the door handle. Within like a matter of minutes, she starts having all these weird symptoms. She's in and out of it. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on. They had to take her to the hospital. She was there was poison on the napkin, like it's some fucking Game of Thrones shit.
That is insane. Why are y'all like? I don't even want to know.
Isn't that insane? Had to go to the emergency room. Was in the hospital for a couple days.
What happened to the AirTags? Y'all don't use AirTags no more to try to get people? Like,
no, because AirTags started, because Apple pulled the fuck up and was like, oh, we're going to start alerting people when there's an AirTag.
As they should.
The whole time I was in Peru, because I had an AirTag in my suitcase. My mom had an AirTag connected to her phone, but it was in my purse because that's like...
That's a good safety
That's her
thing.
Amber Alert. She just wanted to know where the fuck I was. Every time I would go to my phone, it'd be like, there's an AirTag that's not registered to you, and it's really nearby, and it's tracking you. Every time. So thank you, Apple, for finally doing something
Apple.
safe. So now they're just poisoning people in the streets.
That is absolutely insane. Because the thing is, I think about, like, I always carry my mouse tool on me, but...
Shut the fuck
I just do. And the thing is, but especially if I go like
the mouse could too.
I do, but at least like when I go to the, if I try not to go to the grocery store real late at night, but if I have to, if I need something in an emergency setting, like it's on me and you're seeing it. I'm not concealing shit. First of all, I have an open carry license, but I'm not concealing nothing because I want you to know there's an extra clip on my body, on my person at all times. So you play that shit with me if you want to. And again, I don't have safeties on my guns. I don't.
But my thing is, even if you have something, you're being poisoned. You're probably out of it. You can't even use the gun. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just scary.
And that's why even too, when I go to the grocery store, like if I see little paper and stuff all in the cart before me, I don't even I'm not touching that shit.
It's scary. I won't
That's
anymore.
horrible. Well, even I did see this one video of this young lady. She was in a parking lot and she opened her car door and there was a $20 bill that was on the ground and it was like folded in half. And so she was just like, okay, this is real sketch, because she could tell it was fake because it had like little extra little writing or whatever in like the dead space of the bill. And then she was like, I'm not touching that. So she literally moved it with her foot, and in between like the folds was this white powdery substance. And she was like, what the fuck was that?
Dude, people are fucking insane.
It's crazy.
Well, even this girl was saying, she was like, I knew the paper towel or the napkin was weird. She's like, that's why I just touched it with my the tips of my nails. And threw it. She goes, but I didn't even think, like I just touched the door, not even thinking about it. And that's where all that shit was.
That is, man, y'all, and people say women don't have nothing to worry about in this country.
Come
yes,
on.
we do.
I can't go to the gas station by myself because people, like, you can't sit at a bar by yourself anymore. You just never know. People are poisoning people and drugging them. You look like you're just drunk on camera because you were drinking at the bar, but they slip something in your drink. God.
That's why you ever see those videos like on TikTok and stuff where there's the two specific guys that do this. There's two white guys and they go up to people and they're just like, oh, like, you know, oh, I forgot my money. Do you think you can pay for this drink for me? And blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, I was just seeing the first person that would be kind. That's going to get your ass killed. Stop doing that. Because if you came up to me and talking about, and especially if I'm putting my groceries in my car and I'm off guard and you're going to talk about, excuse me, ma'am, get the hell away from me.
Okay, but did you see the black mom and her son?
But when you do stuff like as nice as those are nice and wonderful videos and people are paying it forward. For women in this country, we can't trust y'all.
No, I've always heard men don't ask for help. If a man is asking you for help, that's fucking...
My dad taught me that. If any man asks you for help, that is a red flag. Remember the crackhead from Atlanta? Who was like, oh, thank God, a sister. Ma'am, can you give me $3 for my diabetes medication? Sir, and I didn't have my mouse tool on me only because I was in another state, okay? And I don't play with gun laws in other states like that. But I was just like, sir, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and it's dark out here. You fuck around and find out. Your family gonna be wearing you on a t-shirt. But that's like, you can't even do nice things for people.
You know what kind of men ask you for help? The kind that push you into their van and drive away.
Or crackheads.
Either way, not the thing you want to be messing with.
Definitely not.
But that's scary. A lot of weird shit's going on in Houston right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on up there.
Well, don't they have like the Kia girls and the Kia boys and all that, and they're stealing all these Kia cars?
I did see that. And like they're suing Kia now.
Yeah, they are.
They're like, hey, make your cars less stealable.
Yeah. That's like, make yourself less kidnappable.
Yeah.
Eat the cake.
Damn,
and the burgers.
Some crazy shit going on. Houston, are you okay?
I'll tell you who. Well, I won't call him that. Never mind. That was a horrible segue. I might cut that. Anyway, I'll tell you what else is crazy. You were telling me about quiet quitting, or people quitting their jobs. What does that even mean? I love
this new TikTok trend that has just taken Gen Z for a ride.
Gen Z is going to save the world. I keep saying it. They're going to save us all.
They're the first, I feel like, generation to be like, actually, no.
Immediately,
fuck
no.
that.
Immediately,
I'll go make money on YouTube or something. It's this new term that's called quiet quitting, where you're not quitting your job, but you're quitting doing anything that's not your
job description.
Oh,
I've been doing that for years.
Quitting going above and beyond, quitting doing things that aren't directly related to your very specific job title.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
I've been doing that. That's a term?
It's a quiet quit.
I thought it was called minding your business. That's what I do at work every day.
It's just like you come in, you do exactly what you're supposed to do and what you're getting paid for, and you get the fuck out.
Do 100% of my job to get 100% of my check. Nothing less, nothing more.
There it is. And I think that's going to save a lot of people's mental health.
Yeah. Like, I think, but the thing is too, we have issues, I think, with boundaries. And I'll continue to say this. It's the boomers' fault, because these people were bred and raised off of survival. And they taught Gen X and millennials that in order to survive, this is what you have to do. Go to work, and if you work hard, you'll be promoted. No, you won't. The more stupid you are and the more incompetent you are, the higher you will be promoted.
But see,
and I said what I said.
That's the opposite of everything we've learned. We're in this like U.S. school system where the compensation is like verbal. What's the word I'm looking for?
Thank you so much for your service.
5, 6, 7, 8. What the hell word am I looking for? When you tell them like, oh, you did so good. Oh,
like appreciation?
Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't reciprocation. That's right. Still not the word.
I was going to say validation.
Validate. Thank you. Validation verbally. You're doing so good. You're the smartest of the class. Can you do this, this, and this now because you're doing so good here? Can you help this person out because you're doing so good? Which is all fine and well when you're just getting like made up shit like grades or recognition.
Yeah.
And then you have that same mindset like, oh, the better I do and the more they like visible I am and the more productive I am, I'm going to get all these rewards. No, you're getting paid the same shit. So you're still working with this mentality, but it doesn't transfer over because everyone's getting paid not the same because people who do less than you get fucking paid more, and that sucks.
Yeah.
And then you start realizing that and you're like, why would I do more to make less?
I had that epiphany at my last job. And once I realized it, it was like a light bulb went off because the previous leadership that was there, actually, there was progression when it came to elevation and all that kind of stuff and given more opportunities to be able to, you know, do all these things. And once a new leadership took over, and I noticed, I was like, you're incompetent. I will not be a part of this. I will let your whole fucking ship sink because I have a life raft. Actually, I have a jet ski to the side. And once I started going to work, and then they were so used to and accustomed to me saying stuff, giving advice or giving suggestions. And then I just started being quiet. And then they were just, Monica, do you have any suggestions? And my favorite phrase, I have no further suggestions or observations. Monica, do you think we covered everything? Sounds good to me. I'm not giving you nothing.
I can't shut up, so it's been a tough.
I learned how to. That's one of the biggest like things that I learned in the past year is how to shut the fuck up in corporate. I'm not getting paid to help you. If it does not elevate my finances, I'm not helping you, and you will never make me feel bad about it. Actually, I hope you fail so that they know how stupid you are in your leadership position and that they take it from you and give it to somebody who's more competent. I'll let you drown. I sure will. I'll sit right there. Anybody have any suggestions? No.
And then again, you go from school, right, where the teacher always knows more than you. For the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
They know, like, they know the curriculum. They've been teaching it. You've never taken that class before. I'm thinking like usually before college, right?
Yeah.
So there's this person, whoever is above you knows more and you're learning from them and you're doing all these things. That doesn't translate to the workplace. Just because you are technically my superior does not mean you are superior in your knowledge.
No, you're not.
And that shit is mad frustrating.
It is. And then they try to use these tactics like, oh, well, don't you want to try to move up in leadership? And I think you should take this role on and this responsibility to help build your resume. Let me explain something to you. I have 4 college degrees.
It's a lot of degrees.
2 of them are graduate degrees. Oof. I have 3 professional certifications. There is nothing else that you can add to my resume that is going to help me be in a better position than I actually already am. Actually, I'm hurting myself by staying on your job. So I'm a peace out. Let's be clear. Like, all you're teaching me at this point is what not to do. Mm-hmm. That's all that's all you can offer me is what not to do in this situation.
Stacey and Clinton, what not to wear, you know?
What?
Stacey and Clinton, what not to wear?
What is that?
You never watched What Not to Wear?
I did, but I didn't know the Stacey and Clinton part. Oh, that was their names? Yeah. I never knew their names. No, I watched that show.
Oh, Lord.
Clearly, I never knew their names. Okay. What were you telling me about Kanye?
I miss the old Kanye.
Okay.
I
didn't know what that meant, but all right.
Kanye West, Yeezy, is doing a collab with The Gap. God Answers Prayers. You ever heard of it? Do you remember those shirts?
Is that what that means? No. I was like, that Gap don't stand for that.
It doesn't, but do you remember those shirts that would come out and they'd say God Answers Prayers?
God Answers Prayer. Wow.
The Gap.
I hate it. WWJD.
Well, his new line came out. It's a bunch of just like Kanye looking ass sweatshirts and hoodies and the like like the gray to grayer scale that he does,
beige to beige,
that's is very popular in the last 5 years.
I hate it.
And supposedly they had all of this shit on racks, like hangers everywhere, and he came in, he said that's not what I wanted, pulled everything down. Now they're being sold in these huge trash bags by size. Basically all these clothes were dumped into these huge bags, and you have to go and sift through them to find what you want. And people are so upset.
Yeah, because I'm not digging in a trash can.
Then don't buy it. But I'm like,
wait, they're upset about him putting them in bags?
They're upset that he dumped them into bags. They think it's like this bigger discussion on homelessness and
so
poverty.
Putting stuff in bags is synonymous with homelessness now?
Yeah. Then there's this other side that's saying, well, they're trying to reduce plastic waste in stores, and that's the way we should be headed. And then there's these other people saying, like, this is a retail nightmare. And then Kanye's just like, I did what I did, and I said what I said, and this is how I want to sell my clothes.
That's like the episode of Living Single when Regine was working at La Rag Bin, and it was all these clothes that was just thrown into a bin.
It literally looks like a Victoria's Secret outlet is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, I hate those. I'm not gonna spend my time looking at a bin for a pair of clothes. I'll buy it online.
It's very much giving Kanye saying, I bet I could make these motherfuckers buy an overpriced Hanes sweatshirt and dig through a bag to buy it.
Yeah, you're just showing how stupid the human race is. Like, no.
It's comedy at this point.
I just don't understand why everybody is so focused on being offended. Did people who are homeless tell Kanye that they're upset with that?
You should see people going off about the Balenciaga selling trash bags for like thousands of dollars.
Like literal trash bags.
Like trash bags.
And
people are so upset.
Just don't
buy them. I'm not gonna buy a Balenciaga trash bag. I can't even afford fucking Glad trash bags.
I mean,
I'm on that fucking generic shit.
5-finger discount, great value.
Hey,
up and up.
I didn't say that.
I know. I don't steal. I don't do that.
Stealing gives me anxiety.
I'm a professional. I can't.
Have you ever stolen anything?
Hell yeah.
What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Wait, you asking me have I stole anything in life?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
On purpose?
Absolutely. As a kid.
Wow.
Let me just tell you this story.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are finding out these things together.
So you've never stolen anything a day in your life?
Not on purpose. Like, oh, I carried this out of the store on accident.
Who the hell are you, Mother Teresa now? The fuck?
I can't.
Let me tell you something. Okay, in South Florida, I'll just say this. In South Florida, we have what's known as Stop and Shops, right? Or the corner stores, right?
Yeah.
And so the corner stores, they sell everything from like toilet paper to, candy, jungle juices, whatever. So
jungle juice.
That's a whole other thing. It's a hood drink.
Anyway, we'll let that go.
So back in the day after school, everybody get out of school and there was 2 Stop and Shops between like, the elementary and the middle school. And so all the kids would go in and you would just all rush into the store together. And of course they can't keep up with all these damn kids. So I used to love like Hershey, and I still do, Hershey cookie and cream, like the actual bar.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I remember when Perry Ellis was real popular, and I had a pair.
What is that?
Perry Ellis, the guy who has the clothing line, Perry Ellis. Oh my God, never mind. Like, okay, you remember Carl Kanai?
What the hell? You were speaking another language.
It's totally fine. You're too young. So Perry Ellis was really huge. Like his clothing line was really huge, right? So I wanted this Perry Ellis jacket, and it cost like $80, but it was a big, big jacket. So my mom got it for me, but it had the sleeves that kind of went down like this. Mm-hmm. So I would grab the the Hershey cookie and cream, and I would just
slide it up your jacket shirt.
I would tuck it in the sleeve and be like, yeah, no, I ain't find nothing I wanted.
Y'all, you're a thief.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I sure did. This is all alleged. The statute of limitations is up on this. I was in middle school. And high school.
She's all in adulthood. No. What the hell?
But everybody used to do that. You cannot tell me that you've never stolen anything out of a store before on purpose.
Never.
That's as far as I went. There are people who used to steal out of Claire's all the time. I couldn't do that.
I knew a lot of people in high school that would steal Victoria's Secret underwear.
What?
Yeah, because they would be in those bins in the front. They just pick them up.
Child was still wearing Fruit of the Loom in the packs.
That's insane. I've never stolen anything, but only because my anxiety is so bad. Like, I don't think I could ever pull off a heist, you know?
Oh, I couldn't do that either. But I mean, Hershey cookie and cream bars, absolutely.
But even like when we were in high school, all the stoners would steal eye drops, and I just remember talking to like my best friend, and I'd be like, why don't they just pay for them?
You steal from your job every single day. Have you ever walked out with a highlighter?
No.
Or a pen? Yeah, you have.
I buy my own pens.
Oh, please. You're a thief.
Stealing from corporate America is very different than stealing from a store.
It's still thievery.
Thievery?
It's still thievery.
I do commit time, bro. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I do not. That scares me too.
No, I used to walk around, though, like, with highlighters all the time.
Damn.
But I would bring them back, though.
Yeah, me too.
So
one time I went home with the iMobile, and I almost freaked out.
Oh, I definitely did that. I definitely left job with a beeper, a pager, the phone,
bring it right
something
back.
like that, walkie-talkie, all that kind of stuff.
No, I've never stolen anything. That shit gives me mad anxiety.
That's what you're fucking saying.
That is what I fucking say. I have a very blessed life. I never had to steal anything.
My parents went to work. It wasn't like my parents couldn't afford to buy me.
I'm not a kleptomaniac, and I didn't get high off of stealing candy from a store. It was just
something to do. It wasn't because you needed it. Oh my God,
I watched TV after school like normal kids.
Yeah, with your stolen Hershey cookie and cream bar. I mean, what's wrong with that?
I went to Catholic school. The guilt.
I went to a hood school, so it actually wasn't even
School
hood.
of Hard Knocks.
I mean, it was down the street from my house, and that wasn't in the hood, but it was hood people. People from the hood went there. Anyway, whatever. I don't feel bad about it. It happened, and I learned from it.
I'm trying to. No, there were people around me who stole. Like they would steal liquor, and they would steal like.
How you steal liquor?
Beer runs and stuff.
That's huge. That's too big. See, you get caught.
No, beer runs. Someone would pull up, they'd run and grab the beer and leave. Or you remember MD, Mad Dog?
Yeah.
We had a kid who had.
That's how you know you went to a white school. We didn't drink that stuff.
You didn't? Here's what you do. You drink the blue MD 2020.
I didn't drink Mad Dog until college.
You mix that with the Smirnoff Ice. It's probably like 800% sugar, but it tastes like a blue ice.
I'm sorry. And y'all were doing this in high school?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't steal a candy out of what you call it?
Mm-mm.
I cannot.
But he would go in kind of like your jacket situation. He'd wear a big ass hoodie and he'd stuff those big ass bottles in the pocket. Be clanking all out of the fucking store.
Yeah.
So no, my friends stole for me, so I didn't have to. It's very sweet of them.
Well, we ruined it because so many people were doing it at one time. So then they started making people go in a line, and they were like, "Oh, we're only going to accept like a couple kids at a time to go in the store." But you can still do it. You just had to be very clever about it.
What the fuck?
Because they didn't have like the big mirrors that
you needed to
magnified.
Just be in gifted and talented classes or something. Go home and do a jigsaw puzzle. Put all that shit to good use.
But it was just something to do. Like it wasn't like we needed it. It wasn't like
from the little man.
The thing is, I had the money in my pocket. It was just fun to do it. That's stuff you do when you're in middle school and elementary school and high school.
Hell no.
But you over here drinking and being an alcoholic at 15 years old. I was
drinking a lot in high school, but I didn't steal.
Cannot.
Hey, you know what? All sins are equal.
I cannot. So why are you judging me for stealing? God has forgiven me of my sins. Hallelujah.
I was washed in the blood.
Thank you, Jesus. What are you watching?
So glad you asked.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. So I'm not here to make anyone purchase any more streaming services because I know we're about tapped out. But if you were in the market, Peacock. Mm-hmm. Ever watched anything on Peacock?
Yeah. Wait, did they charge for that?
Yes, it's $5 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
First episode's free.
Oh, okay.
There's a show on Peacock called The Resort. I already know you don't fucking know anybody I'm about to talk about.
Try me.
Did you watch Made for Love on HBO? Okay. Did you watch The Good Place? Great.
I was trying.
Okay. What the hell are you
I just keep looking at this because it looks like it's...
Is it not recording? I'll kill myself.
No, it is. I think because it's like... Okay, yeah, it moved. I was waiting for it to move to 254. Go ahead.
If this had not been recording, I would have
we got it on
stabbed myself
audio.
in the eye.
I mean, we got it on video. It's fine.
The Good Place was the show with Kristen...
Bell?
Yeah. Where she thinks she's in heaven. Do you know what that show is?
No.
Okay, shit. Anyway.
But I know Kristen Bell.
Okay, so she was in this show with this guy. This black guy. Really like him. The Resort is the show on Peacock. It's about this couple who's like, they've been together for a while. They're kind of like in the weird patch where they're annoying each other, but they love each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go to Mexico on this trip, and while they're there, they get wrapped up in this like old unsolved murder. She finds the cell phone of this guy that was murdered. They're trying to piece it together. It's like a comedy, but true crime. It's actually really cute, and I like it a lot. So that's a good one. I also started watching Industry on HBO. Why did no one tell me there was a Euphoria Succession crossover and that I needed to watch it?
Really? I haven't even.
And you haven't seen Euphoria, and you haven't seen Succession.
No, I need to watch it.
Okay, you may like Succession. You do have to kind of pay attention. It's literally just like the shittiest white people in America, how they live their lives, and like how karma comes to fucking get them. It's just a comedy, basically.
So you mean it's just real life every day?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But I really like it. You may like it. And anyway, Industry is like about these young kids in London. Mm-hmm. And they all kind of work in the stock market. They do finance shit. There's a girl coming over from America, this black girl who's like trying to... They're all these new grad hires, basically, and just like about their life and what's going on and how shitty is. But hell interesting. That's what I've been watching. Oh, and I started the documentary on Netflix about the boy who killed his dad. I think it's called like I Killed My Dad.
Menendez brothers? Kidding.
No,
they killed both their parents.
This was like in Louisiana, and
why did he kill his dad?
Because his dad was a psychopath.
Oh, okay. So he needed
Netflix
to be dead.
killed.
Okay, sounds good.
My dad killed my father
I've
first.
been watching stuff really light and airy, like the Miss Pat show. That's really it.
That's all you've been watching still? Mm-hmm. You're obsessed with that show.
It's hilarious.
Dad.
Oh, and Living Single. I'm watching reruns of Living Single.
It's called I Just Killed My Dad. And it's so listen.
Because she's obsessed with true crime.
I am.
That's really what it is.
Listen to this wild ride. So basically, this kid calls 911 and they're like, what's going on? And he's like, I just killed my dad. And they're like, what the fuck? So then this whole story ensues because they're interviewing him. He's kind of saying what happens, but he doesn't really know. He's answering questions really weird. He doesn't know his address. He doesn't know his actual birthday, but he's like a 19-year-old kid. Then they find like the stepmom because she wasn't living with them. She had moved out and she was like, he was very weird. He like never had emotions. He doesn't have emotions when he's talking about killing his dad. Come to find out, this motherfucker was kidnapped.
The 19-year-old.
The 19-year-old was kidnapped, taken from his mom. They've been looking for him, could never find him. The dad was a fucking crazy man. Never put him in school.
Wow.
Like all this weird shit starts coming out. So these people are like, it was self-defense. And then, you know, the cops were like, he shot him like multiple times. It wasn't self-defense. So you're trying to figure out what really happened. All of these things. It's very interesting.
I hope they die and burn in hell. That's wow.
People do some real fucked up shit to their own children, and I will just like never understand it.
Well, I mean, they inflict pain on other people because they're defenseless.
I guess, but I'm just like, it's your own. I don't know. I guess because we're loving, kind, compassionate people.
I mean, I guess
anything that looked like me, I'd be obsessed with it.
No, you will not. That's how people know you don't have kids yet.
Yeah.
Because you could have kids and still look at them motherfuckers and be like, you look just like me and I want to punch you in the fucking face.
Well, I'm sure I'll have that, but I'm like, you know, you got to be perfect. You look like me. Go out there and show everybody what you got.
I think it's very easy, though, for and this is somebody who, I don't have kids yet, but I can see how parents snap and kill their kids. I can totally understand. And I'm not, but I'm being for real. The only reason why I said it is because look at your life now as an adult. Yeah. You don't have kids. I don't have kids. Then you add someone who physically needs you every single day. You're already tired from work and then you come home. What the fuck do you want? Can you eat cereal, little 2-month-old baby?
Yeah.
You know, and then just things just pile up and you just snap. I see how mothers drive their minivans into a big pot of water. I see it.
That I understand. What I don't understand is like the long, drawn out,
torture,
emotional, physical,
that's stuff
mental abuse.
Yeah.
And like, but the thing that really gags me is, so this guy had his son and he was being weird and super abusive to him. He marries this woman who has a son almost the same age. And that son is going to school and going out and doing these things. And I'm like, it's still at no point did someone say like,
something's not right.
Yeah. And she was like, well, I tried to teach him to read and I tried to teach him all these things. But eventually the dad was like, no, stop trying to teach him. He's never going to learn it.
Well, because that parent, too, knows that child better than that mother does. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what the hell? People are crazy. Anyway, it was really interesting.
That's why you don't marry men with kids.
Just like a man who's like, here's my teenage son who doesn't know how to read or write, but I don't want to put him in school. What the hell?
Yeah, or put him in some type of special education program that will help him be a productive citizen of society and have good quality of life.
Just like give your kid the resources that they want.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Anyway, that's what I've been watching. It's very light and bright over here. It is. It's been very. I just went up on my antidepressants, I think, to bring myself back down. I'm like, let's watch some fucking horrible shit.
I need you to get that in check. I do. For the sake of our supporters and our listeners, I need you to get that in check.
Come on, it's fun.
Yeah.
What have you even... Oh, you just said Miss Pat.
The Miss Pat show. I've been watching Living Single all over again. I'm ready for... Abbott Elementary comes back on September 21st. So we just got just a little time. And they all been... Every last one of them have been nominated for an Emmy, which I think is amazing.
As they
should. Show at large has been nominated. And I'm ready for Woman King to come out with Viola Davis.
That looks really good. What did I just see in movie theaters? I'm sorry. I didn't
you're fine.
cut you off. Bullet Train. I saw Bullet Train.
Who's in Bullet Train?
Brad Pitt. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Channing Tatum makes a appearance.
Okay.
I want to say it was the black guy from Umbrella Academy that... Damn it.
The one who died in the beginning?
The one who's always with Eve.
Eve.
Isn't Eve in Bullet Train? They have weird names.
Eve? You talking about Eve, like the rapper Eve?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was in that movie.
She's not. I was talking about the other guy. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it was
there's some black guy in it.
Yeah, there's some black guy in it. His name is Brian Tyree Henry.
Is he? Oh yeah, he's funny.
He is funny.
Was he in Atlanta? No.
Isn't he in
Atlanta? He's in Atlanta. Yeah, he's in the show Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or was it the other big black guy? Either way, it's a black guy.
It's a black guy. It's not important. Anyway, it was really good. It was really funny. Yeah. Funnier than I thought it was going to be. Bad Bunny's in it. I don't know if you fuck with Bad Bunny like that.
I love his music. I just never understand what he says because I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, he speaks English in this movie, so that's good. And starting tonight is the prequel to Game of Thrones, which we're all very excited about.
Game of Thrones.
You never watched that either, did you?
Yeah, I did. I watched the first 3 seasons.
Really? What happened?
What do you mean? Well, because I was studying for my board exam. And so I had to stop watching it.
Okay, well...
So that I would watch it during my downtime, and then I took a sabbatical from social media and from TV to just completely study, and then I just never picked it back up.
Okay, well, they're making a prequel to that called House of Dragons, and it airs anoche.
Cool beans.
And I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike the series finale, which I was very disappointed.
Yes, because... Don't even get me started.
All right, you ready to head on over to the Rehab Corner so we can get these people out of here? We've already went over our time.
Let's head on over to the Rehab Corner.
All right, so what are we talking about in the Rehab Corner today?
Y'all, I had one of the creepiest patient interactions of my life, and I need to talk about it.
Is this going back to your sex traffic stuff?
Basically, I was pretty much almost sex trafficked. I was lured in with the
what is it about the way you look that make people just
I don't know. It's got to be something in my eyes. I'm just like, you could take me. It's my daddy issues. They just like spew out of me.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the white safety, but
probably. So I have this patient. He's already just like, it's the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's not listening. He fractured his ankle. He's got these weight-bearing precautions he doesn't want to listen to. He can't breathe. You know the patients that can't breathe, but they won't shut up?
Yeah.
He won't shut up. He can't breathe. He's audibly wheezing. He's all tied up in his oxygen tubing. I'm trying to get him together. It's just like going to hell. And one of the questions I ask in my evaluation is, do you have any hobbies or anything you like to... Actually, I ask if he works. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I'm a manager at a Lexus dealership. I'll have to take you to a Lexus event. I'll get you a Lexus. Okay. Something about me, ladies and gentlemen, I love luxury. I also love gifts. So he's speaking my language. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's creepy. He can't breathe, and he's a little impulsive. But
he can get you a car.
He can get me a car. I'd love a Lexus.
Absolutely.
Come on. So I'm like, okay, let's make this a good time, sir. Then I'm like, do you have any hobbies? Anything you like to do? And he said, I like to look at women. I was like, that's weird. That's suspicious. That's weird. But old men say weird shit in the hospital all the time. So I'm like, whatever. And then he's like, ha ha ha, trying to laugh it off. And I'm like, ha ha ha, let's laugh it off. And then he looks at me and he goes, I'm just kidding. I don't like women. I like little girls like you. Jail. And mind you, I've been watching some weird ass depressing true crime shit. So my fucking Amber Alert sensor went off maybe a little too quick. But that is really weird to say. What a weird thing to say to someone.
Where's the FBI when you need them?
I just had chill. Oh my God.
You should have like OT evaluation done.
I was like,
I'm done.
Yeah. And so I did the rest of the evaluation and I thought it was weird, but I didn't really think about anything. And then now that I tell people, they're like, what the fuck? You should have reported that. You should have reported that. So weird. And I was like, you know what? That was really weird.
Yeah.
People are out here saying and doing weird stuff, y'all. And that's why I'm always thinking I'm being sex trafficked because people say weird shit like that.
I mean,
in what context is that not creepy?
Yeah. I think in the hospital setting too, like all men turn into old geezers.
Creepy geezer men.
Because the stuff that they say is, I remember I had this one patient, right? And you got to understand the context too. When you see older patients, I'm talking about in their 90s, 80s and 90s, they bring back some of the traumatic language that we do not use anymore. I had this one patient that said, because it was like every time I came into a room, we always had to talk about the fact that I'm a black woman. And I'm like, yes, I know. I look at my skin every day. I'm aware that I'm a black woman. And this man says, yeah, you're really good at what you do. I remember this young lady. She worked at one of the nursing homes I went to. And she was a really nice nigger gal.
And it's deadpan when they say it. They're sweet people, but you're like, no. What the?
And when he said it, I was just like, huh. Okay. All right. He was like, I remember my grandfather used to tell me, don't you bother with those nigger. And I'm like, so you just gonna say it again, sir? You just gonna say it again?
It's not funny. But it's so funny.
Because you just sit there and you're just like.
But also you're thinking in your head, you're like, surely they're not fucking saying that.
Yeah, but when they repeat it, it's just like.
Oh, doubling down,
Why did I choose this career again? And then I'm like, you know what? I would really love to hear the rest of that story. I think your nurse is calling me. Like, he's off therapy services. I cannot. And he's looking confused. Like, well, what did I say? What did I do? We don't speak like that anymore, Mr. Johnson. Is the problem? Like, oh my God! People in the hospital tell you the deepest, darkest, creepiest stuff, and you just have to sit there and be like. All right, let's go ahead and test your strength of your arms and your legs.
Don't even address it.
No, yeah,
unless because you're just gonna get too deep into it.
You're gonna get sucked into the rabbit hole. So it's just like,
or like when they're about to cry, but you don't have time for that shit today. So they're like, just because the worst one is like, well, they're like, well, I do have a walker at home from my husband that died.
Right.
And you're like, great,
damn it.
Great. Can you go ahead and sit at the edge of the bed for me? Because,
right.
Dude, it sucks. You become like.
My wife just died yesterday. Oh.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, can we go ahead so I can assess your gait, please?
Anybody else live at home with you?
Well, my wife did before she died. Oh,
great.
I don't want to go there.
Did she help you bathe or dress yourself?
Exactly. It's just been really rough.
We're
and you're just like,
people.
all right. No, we're not.
Which makes it even weirder when you say weird shit to me because I'm at work. Don't say weird shit to me at work.
Yeah, don't do that. But people, I'm telling you, I think it's because we're strangers.
Yeah.
And so
they're left alone with their thoughts.
Right. And they'll never probably see us again. So they feel comfortable just telling us that.
You do not get comfortable with me, sir.
Deep, dark stuff. And it's the weirdest thing.
I like little girls like you. First of all, I'm almost 30. So thank you for the compliment, but weird.
They tell us all their intrusive thoughts. And that's part of the problem.
Remember that lady I told you that was AMS and she kept perseverating on the fact that the cops were going to get her and she had lied last time, but she wants to tell the truth now. And I was like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, it's really weird. They confess some crazy stuff.
The last thing I want you all to know this. The very last thing I want to have to do at work is write an incident report.
Yeah.
So keep it to yourself.
For real.
If you have any weird thoughts, don't joke. I'm just gonna kill don't do it.
Don't make any unaliving jokes. Don't do it because we are mandated reporters and we're gonna report your ass.
It will piss me off to have to write that report.
And when that psychologist come in there, well, I was just joking. Well, we can't take your word for it. We cannot take your word for it.
Don't joke about drinking alcohol, about using drugs, about unaliving yourself, about doing anything crazy to the staff.
Yep.
Because then you're gonna get pissed off when you're on a hold.
I remember I had this one lady. It was last story. She had dementia. And I remember I went into her room. She had advanced dementia as well. And I went into her room and she was just like really hysterical. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, who done hurt you, baby? And so she was just like, that man, he came in my room and he raped me. And I was like,
no.
What? I'm just here for a PT eval. How did we get here? So I'm talking to the nurse and the nurse is like, and I was like, wait, did you actually investigate? She's like, yes, she's been saying that ever since she was admitted. And so I'm like, but I still have to write this down in my report because she told me and I still have to report it. So I went to the nurse manager and I'm like, hey, there's a claim. Okay, there's an allegation that someone touched her. She's, oh, yes, I know about this patient. I'm like, I just want to make sure y'all keep an eye on her. And I think we just need to have only females go in this room. Mm-hmm. And so she just kept perseverating on it and just kept saying it over and over and over again. And I was just like, I just want to test the strength so I can get out of here. And I can send them back to you. Did you just snort?
I was just thinking about how you'll walk onto a unit and someone is screaming from their room.
Yes.
And everyone's just like, going about their fucking day. And you can tell exactly who hasn't been up there yet because they're looking around like, should we do something? Is anyone going to say it? And everyone's like, she's been doing that all night.
The patient's just like, help me!
Help me! Somebody help!
And you're just like, patient did X, Y, and Z. Blah, 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 blah,
all the
blah,
nurses
blah,
are just
blah,
like typing on the phone.
Hey girl, what are you gonna get for lunch today? And the patient's just screaming their fucking head off. And you're like, this is the United States healthcare system, and it's insane.
Hilarious.
But yeah.
I forgot to tell you, last thing that happened at work. Did I tell you about the fucking malingerer I had a week ago? And I was like, I'm not doing it.
No.
I walked in, this lady came in, had a cervical surgery, high up, something easy. I went to go reevaluate her. Her whole right side of her body is out. Mm-hmm. Which is so weird. Because she's got no numbness or tingling. Mm-hmm. She's got partial range. But she does that thing where, like, she lifts up her entire leg to get it out of the bed and it drops. She, like, can only raise her arm to, like, 80 degrees. Mm-hmm. And when I try to range it any further, it hurts. So you can't do anything. I put her in test position. She, like, slowly in control lowers it. I'm like, hun, I see this shit all day. You don't think I know what the fuck this looks like? Stands up, standby assist. Mm-hmm. Can't walk. Hunching over the walker. I hate to be a burden. I don't know what happened. What happened is they took away your Dilaudid yesterday.
Oh, those.
So I immediately go to the PT and I was like, hey, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think she's faking it. But you tell me what you think. I get a text an hour later. This lady's bullshitting. I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. So then she puts up a fight, they give her meds back. Somehow she ends up on my list again on Friday, end of the week. I'm already had it. I had freaking Creeper tell me I was a little girl he wanted to look at. I'm done with the week. I come in, she tells me the story about how she just couldn't wait last night. She unclipped herself from her IV. She got in the shower by herself. She took a whole shower. And right when she was getting out, she put her arm on the grab bar. It snapped. She fell. There was water everywhere. No one was coming for her. One of the EVS ladies finally came in to clean her room at 10 p.m. And that's who helped her back up to the bed. None of the nurses said anything. And I'm like, this doesn't make a lick of sense. Sounds really weird. You're telling me you were taking a shower at 9 p.m. No one heard you. 9 p.m. at the hospital's like dead. True. No one's up there. Someone would have heard something. Yeah. There was water coming out of the restroom. No one said anything. And one of these nice little ladies who wouldn't be cleaning your room at 9 p.m. helped you up. No, they cannot touch patients.
And they won't. They'd be like, let me get your nurse.
Immediately, I will go get your nurse. So I'm cleaning at the nurse. The nurse is like, didn't happen. I'm telling you right now. No one has reported it. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Got this lady up. She's hobbling. Like she can't walk. No one's touching her. No one's helping her. Every time she goes to take a step, she hikes her hip, internally rotates, drags her toes, and then flattens it out to take a step.
So there's a sequence.
Weakness doesn't work like that. No. These people are and you have to stand there and you can't be like, hey, you're a lying ass bitch. You need to walk. You can't. And that's all you want to say is like, can you just fucking walk? You can't. You can't say it. So you're standing there and you're like, wow, okay. Let me give you cues here. Let me give you this facilitation here. That's so strange that's happening. Can you walk back? I'm not helping this lady walk at all. And she looks like someone just punched her in the fucking back. And I'm just sitting there like.
But you know what? I did like, speaking of that, because I know people that are going to hear this are going to be like, well, she could be really for real.
No.
There was a situation, though, that makes me look at malingerers or people who fake stuff very differently. I worked at a hospital here in town. And this lady came in with like very similar symptoms, numbness, tingling, and her lower extremities and everything in her legs. And when I evaluated her, I felt she was malingering. Okay. The sad part is she was a black woman, right? So I was like, come on, don't do this. Come on.
You can't let them think about us like this.
Behave yourself. Come on. What you trying to get? You want some graham crackers? I'll bring you some graham crackers. Just don't do this, you know? And so, but I took my time to evaluate her. So something seemed off, but you could tell she genuinely had some type of neurological issue. And she was just like, yeah, sometimes I can stand, sometimes I can't. So then she just got frustrated at the hospital. So she left AMA. So she left that night, and then she came back like a couple hours later because she was having like difficulty breathing and stuff. So then I saw her again, and I'm like, I had to evaluate her again. So I'm like, what happened? And she was like, nobody believes me that something is really wrong. And so I told her, I said, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this is off the record. I'm gonna be honest with you. You look like you're faking. And I know you're probably not, but this is why, because there are certain signs that we look for, and that's what you're exhibiting. I'm not saying that you are. I do think that there is a neurological issue that you're having, but the way it's coming off, this is why people are taking a little bit more pause. Fast forward, she goes and gets an MRI. They give this lady, I think they gave her Valium. I think that's what they gave her, just to kind of calm her down. She coded in the MRI.
Jesus.
Coded in the MRI machine, okay? You know why she coded? Because she had a tumor pressing on C1, C2.
That's pretty high.
Your respiratory center is C1, C2.
That's your breathing muscles.
It's your breathing muscles. She literally became a quad instantly. Quad!
That means you got no arms, you got no legs.
Quadriplegic. And I felt like an asshole. I was like, shit.
Damn.
But the thing is, I told her, and I was like, I'm not saying you faking, but it kind of seemed like you faking. And I was like, I said, no, I'm going to recommend services for you because I definitely do think we need to continue to work with you and stuff. And when I heard that code, and I was just like, that's her in that fucking machine. And now she's a quadriplegic. So there's a whole deeper level to that.
There is a deeper level.
We're going to the funny part of it.
I will say that this is the kind of situation where they were giving this lady a lot of very strong narcotics. They took them away, and immediately these symptoms showed up.
Right. So it appears as if she's a drug seeker.
I will also say that when you go to test different muscles, we have all these issues, but then if you're like, hey, can you raise your arm so I can put the pillow under it? We got full range.
It's kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith when he pushes the wine glass off and then she catches it right away.
Exactly. And you're testing all the reflexes, and the reflexes are fine. You have none of the so like, I'm not trying to demean or diminish.
No, you're not. You're definitely not.
But when I spend all day with people who genuinely can't fucking move, and then you pull this shit, I'm like, all right.
You know when somebody is
all right, listen. All right. I have Mr. Jones down the hall who just had a massive stroke.
Yeah.
And I really wish I could spend more time with him.
Exactly.
Get your ass up and walk to the bathroom. You're okay.
Yeah. But we're talking about the funny aspect of it.
But we're talking about the funny aspect. And then you keep telling me, I'm so sorry I'm a burden. I'm usually not like this. I don't want to be a burden. I'm all, you're not. You got full range and strength. I'm not touching you. I'm on the clock.
Any patient that says, I'm a burden, baby, I'm already clocked in. This job is a burden altogether. I don't want to be here, and it ain't got nothing to do with you.
No, I'm sorry. Am I taking all your time? I get paid by the hour.
I know you have other patients to see. Well, then hurry up.
Well, then act like it. Act like it. Come on.
We're just kidding. We take our time with our patients.
No, we do. The best is when you're finally about to walk out, and they're like, I gotta use the bathroom.
And you're just like, let me get your nurse. Let me get your nurse, because I'm done.
But anyway, God bless the people. That was my week.
I was like, to purchase Hulu. Girl, I was like, what the hell? Sorry, Apple just sent me a
There's
thing.
some good stuff on Hulu. You need to watch The Bear.
Okay.
That's the show about the chef. And also on Hulu is
Living Single
and Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, cool beans.
Great Hulu shows.
Awesome. All right. Well, anything else we need to talk about before we get out? We went way over time today, but
we went over time. You can split it if you wanted to, I guess.
Nah,
just give it to the people. We're taking a week off.
Yes, we will take a week off. Week after next. No, next week.
Ain't no episode next week. Give us our time. Go listen to some old stuff or not.
Oh, we're gonna post the thing for people who couldn't. If you couldn't find the episodes that we did with Austin from Ignite Your Why, we'll post those.
We'll repost those. You can give that a little listen.
But yes, we're just gonna take a little break just mental health. We got to prioritize our mental health.
We said we needed a break and we're taking it.
Don't be mean to our supporters. That's Fowler said it, not Fleming. All right, y'all. Y'all have an amazing week.
Quiet quitting.
Yes, we're quiet quitting the podcast, but not really. Y'all have an amazing week on purpose. Remember to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget to laugh your face off.
What if we went
like, are you sticking your middle? Thought you were giving a bird. That's an ASMR. You're weird. Oh, gosh. Really? I was really. You're crazy. Hey, right. Did you guys enjoy this episode? If so, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, including
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at the Face Off Pod. New episodes are released every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.